In the studio. Gabriel, thank you very much for making time for us tonight.
My friend, thank you. I am honored as I'm delighted to be with you this evening.
Fair enough. We have a lot to talk about, from the protest to police brutality. But let's start from what is making headlines tonight.
Right.
A government spokesperson and a government minister reading from two different pages in as far as Shah is concerned.
No. I know where you want to go, and I saw the conversation.
Yes.
And it's good to point out that the minister clarified the position. He indeed clarified the position. And I think it's good we leave it at that. He came out actually quite strongly and he clarified the position, that, the whole debacle has now been settled.
Fair enough. And for purposes of our audience, the government spokesperson was earlier at Radio 47 this morning. He said, if you took the Hustler Fund and failed to pay, there are mechanisms to ensure you do not benefit from Shah services. 6 billion shillings is a lot of money. The health CS tweeted, Aden Duale tweeted that this information being circulated is inaccurate. All Kenyans have a right to access Shah services regardless of their engagement with Hustler Fund. I believe we have that bite.
Mbona watu wanaambiwa walipe mwaka mzima? Je, wale wanalipia kila mwezi watafungiwa? Je, watu wanaambiwa walipe mwaka mzima? Msemaji wa serikali.
Mwanzo kama wewe mwenyewe ulichukua Hustler Fund ukatoroka.
Ndio.
Na bilioni 6.
Ndio.
Tuna mkakati ya kuhakikisha kwamba hutapata ile Shah kwa sababu lazima ulipe ile fedha. Kwa sababu bilioni 6 ni pesa nyingi sana. Lakini at the same time hiyo Shah nayo ni nzuri zaidi kwa sababu kupitia Hustler Fund unaweza kukopa ulipe mwaka mzima. Hii pesa ambayo tunalipa, wale ambao wanalipa lipa Shah polepole pia ni Wakenya wenzetu, na kila siku tunapata zaidi ya shilingi milioni 30. Kwa hivyo inasaidia sana wale ambao hawana kipato cha juu, kwa mfano mshahara kila mwisho wa mwezi. Kwa hivyo zote zinajumuika pamoja. Wacha tutatua mikakati hususan, tusikimbilie kumalizia hili jambo.
Well, the government spokesperson was earlier speaking to Radio 47. The health CS did tweet saying that the information being circulated in reference to what Maura said is inaccurate, that all Kenyans have a right to access Shah services regardless of their engagement with the Hustler Fund. Gabriel Muthuma, you are saying the minister on this matter is right?
No, he clarified the position, and he's right. It's his ministry, it's his department. So, that overrides, everything. I can't sit here and second guess my health minister, So,
at the expense of admitting that your boss was wrong, your direct boss, government spokesperson.
No. I can't be here to admit, but I can clarify, what the minister said. And, I think he just corrected a statement and issued the right statement, which we, me and you know how this thing go, and with your permission, I think we should leave it at that.
And fair enough, it's not you who uttered those words, and we're asking you that question in your capacity as being a deputy to someone who uttered the words.
Right.
As I noted in my earlier introduction, in less than 48 hours, the first anniversary of what has been termed as the darkest days in Kenya's decade history.
Indeed.
25th of June 2024, rewinding back as a government was avoidable, isn't it? Or was it?
Not only that. I think there are so many lessons that we've learned, and I think there's something. Sometimes I am forced to remove the hat of the position that I occupy and put the governance, hat. And we all agree, and I've had so many people, including my president, at one point saying, one death over Kenya is just one too many. But I think, as we reminisce what happened, and I'm glad you've used that word, it was indeed a dark day. And I think we've learned the lessons. And when I say sometimes we look at things in different lenses, all of us, and here I'm not pointing at an individual or an institution. I'm talking about a Kenyan people. We must take stock. We must ask ourselves what needed to have been done.
You repeat what the president said.
Correct.
That one death is far
one too many. Correct.
But when the Kenya Human Rights Commission today says there are 60 Kenyans who are brutally murdered, and 85 abducted, 9 still missing.
Right.
These are more than numbers. These are families that will want answers.
And these are Kenyans. These are, they are our brothers, and some who are injured. They are our sisters. I have friends, you know, who are out picketing and demonstrating. And we've had the gory stories. We've seen, you know, all of us who are here, we saw what happened. But I think we must agree this evening that the issue today is not that it just happened. Like I said, in governance, we look at good governance globally. You've had people use that term. What happens in other jurisdictions? Because from time to time, we copy best examples all over. The issue is what happens thereafter. Yeah? Today, as we sit here,
yes,
there are police reforms. The much needed police reforms, you know? Today,
but Gabriel, you understand, for a parent like Albert Ojwang,
of course,
telling them as though there is a government reform would be difficult to understand, isn't it?
But also, like I'm saying,
yes,
what happens thereafter? What would we have told back in the day? The parents of a child who was beaten to death by police, what restitution must they have? You know, our dearly departed Ojwang, the parents, even though they are coming to terms with that reality, that harsh reality,
fair enough,
what must they understand? They want to understand at the end of the day that justice happens. You know,
yes.
I quote, you know, the former Prime Minister, Raila Odinga, who keeps, you know, quoting this word, that peace is not the absence of conflict, but the presence of justice. And to the parents of those who lost their loved ones, police brutality or what have you, the one thing that will give them calm, even though they cannot, you know, it's more of a calm. Probably I can say this, and probably coming to terms with what had happened to their loved ones, is that justice is not only hard but seen to be done. And I think,
and that justice, quite frankly, is elusive, isn't it?
Let me not say it's elusive, because today we are talking about policemen who have been hauled in court. You saw the DPP today agreed to the charges of murder.
Gabriel, I hear the tone of regret, which is something the government has been consistent about.
Correct.
But many would question, is that tone justifiably legitimate, in the sense that these killings were not a one-off, the latest being 3 weeks ago?
Let me tell you something, my brother. I don't think we can justify. I don't think there'll ever come a time where we can justify somebody who's been shot, you know, illegally. Let me use that word.
Yes.
Because there are other shootings, as we know, that are justified. Yeah, and you can look at them. Somebody probably, you know, the police have done it to save lives or property. That we know, you know, they have their regulations cut out. But then again, we cannot fail to submit ourselves into the laws of the land for both, and that's why I keep insisting, Kenyans, all of us. And I'm not pointing at an institution. I'm saying we must pass three things, and allow me to say these things. It's three things. As Kenyans, we must pass three tests. The first test that we must pass, my brother, is the test of constitutionalism. This is what holds us, all of us, the adherence to the Constitution. The same Constitution that guarantees me and you the freedom to picket and demonstrate is the same Constitution that demarcates where we should reach, that these mandamanos must be peaceful and unarmed. Same Constitution. It allows us, it gives us, yes, this is what you're supposed to do, but it also demarcates what you do. The other one,
Gabriel, with a lot of respect,
right?
When you make reference of the law,
yes,
and the average Kenyan adult knows what the Constitution says.
Correct.
But Kenyans are brutally shot on the street.
Right.
I mean, you can't just tell them this is what the law says, is it? The government has to move more than regrets.
Then that's why I said the first test we must pass as a Kenyan people, and again, I keep repeating, as a Kenyan people, I'm not pointing at a group of demonstrators or the police. I'm saying as a Kenyan people, we must pass the test of constitutionalism, the test of essence, and the test of character. You know why? Because that is how we will ensure a successful longevity of this beautiful republic we call Kenya.
And you are saying the people should be subjected to those terms.
All
Is
of
the
us.
government, is the government
All of us.
genuinely being submitted to that?
Government and the people. You know,
Yes.
when this thing of our dearly departed Albert Ojwang, when it happened, and I saw the CS, Interior, Murkomen, coming up with a raft of those, having the CCTV cameras on all police stations, having a digital OB, retraining, something we've not done in the Yankee years. Me and you can attest to this.
Fair enough.
And also, community policing. These are things, these are reforms that we should welcome. But at the end of the day, one thing I keep agreeing with you, that one death lost, one death of a Kenyan is one too many.
Fair enough. Gabriel Muthuma is the Deputy Government Spokesperson. Time for us to take a short break. We will be back with this discussion after this break. Stay with us.
The Father, of the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
And now I pronounce you.
Everything else can wait, but the KRA tax amnesty cannot. Because it's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to pay all outstanding principal debts for periods up to December 31st, 2023.
Hatujakis.
Log on to iTax today. Deadline is 30th June 2025.
One day, while teaching an oral health care class, I saw a little boy who kept covering his mouth.
It turns out he had lost some of his teeth and he felt embarrassed.
Now, as a hygienist, a child's smile means everything to me. Every child has a right to smile, and a beautiful smile is a healthy smile. And nothing should ever get in the way of that.
Are you a driver, cyclist, border rider, or a passenger? Then this is for you. The Kenya Urban Roads Authority, KURA, in partnership with Radio 47 and TV 47, is bringing the road safety campaign to your town. Learn the rules of the road, how to stay safe and protect others, all while being entertained by your favorite Radio 47 presenters. Catch the action from 27th to 29th June in Kakamega, Bungoma, Kitale, and Eldoret. Road safety starts with you. Let's learn, engage, and have fun together. See you there.
The machinations, the red tape, the hardball, the shame, the glory, the secrets, the covert, the overt, the good, the bad, the ugly, the wins, the losses, the squabbles, the treaties, the twists, the turns, the tenders, the contracts, the game, the drama, the spats, the dossiers, the scandals, the naked truth.
Even their clandestine meetings.
Everything you ever wanted to know, now you'll know with a new boldly reimagined and revamped Star. Grab a copy of the Star because smart people read the Star.
Deal of the week brought to you by Naivas.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, of course, when you're driving all the way to Mombasa, because now we're in Naivas, Mombasa Road, so you need to make sure that you have some snacks, you have something in the car to eat, buy it as you drive all the way. Before you get to Mtutwande or Sultan Hamud, usikufa na njaa ukidrive na harufu ya mafuta na diesel na petroleum ile unakunywa peke yako kwa gari. Wakati gari inakunywa mafuta, na wewe ingia ndani ya Naivas, get something for you to eat. So let's see on the deal of the week on your way to Mombasa, what can you actually buy for yourself, all right? Mimi napenda fruits, kwa hivyo of course let's make sure we get some few. Remember, at Naivas we have more than 1,000 offers across all outlets across the country. Come on, let's go. I'm also going to need some quinkers on the way. And now that we're still in the Father's Day mood, of course, it's important that you also get your father something. Wewe usikuwe unanukia vizuri na baba yako ananukia pilipili hoho. That is very embarrassing, all right? Mom chukule kitu tu kumpemeleza, massage tu kidogo. Of course, something for the hair. Umesikia tu sijui midterms sijui nimefanyika. Remember the exercise books out. Wala tu biashara, you want to do your records for your business. Okay. Na ni vizuri sana ukioga unaosha mpaka dhambi. This is Jamaa. Jamaa all white. Kuna bedroom ya kwanza, bedroom, because I have a house of 10 bedrooms. So every bedroom will have its own, right? And of course, remember, we have created a big Naivas family. And you can join the Naivas family simply by doing one thing, by joining our WhatsApp channel for you to get to know where is the nearest outlet from wherever you are and where is the best deals and what products are actually available at every Naivas outlet. I don't know what you're waiting for. Remember, 35 years of serving you Kenyans. That's what we're celebrating, ladies and gentlemen. Naivas saves you money.
Deal of the Week was brought to you by Naivas.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Just a reminder of who our guest is tonight in studio, the Deputy Government Spokesperson, Gabriel Muthuma. We're making sense of the protests, the much anticipated June 25th first anniversary. We talked earlier on of extrajudicial killings. I want us to move from this topic, but one last question on this, Gabriel. You talked of the regret, you talked of the Constitution and the constitutionality aspect of it.
Correct.
For parents who want their kids to come to the streets and safely return home.
Right.
What is difficult in guaranteeing protesters' security as a government?
And let me tell you, let me answer that question as a parent as well, who has a Gen Z. When they go out, they are to picket and exercise their freedom. Every parent, their wish is for their child to come back home safely. Their wish is to believe that the laws of the land will protect them to do that which is right.
And the laws of the land talk of the security provision by the government of the day.
Correct. But at the same time, that constitution that allows them to do what they need to do, I also want to be able to speak to that child of mine and tell them, as long as, and that's why I'm happy, because I've seen somebody release the do's and don'ts. In fact, it was, I think, today or yesterday, where I saw the president of LSK telling demonstrators what to do, the do's and don'ts. And it's very critical that they must also know them. I don't want a situation whereby somebody that I know will pick a rock and throw at a policeman. I don't want to see that. I want them to exercise their demonstration as per the Constitution. And I also wanted the police to follow their laid down procedures of carrying out their mandate as per the Constitution. That's why
which have proven to be difficult in following, is it?
No, it's not difficult. If all of us follow the law, it's not difficult. And let me tell you why. You've just heard, you've showed it here a while ago. The Central Command going to Boniface Karaoke's home. You've heard what that team leader said. What did he say? He told them, we cannot allow this amazing police service to be destroyed by a few. That's a very good statement, because it says it's not everybody. Honestly, I don't want me and you to grow up in an environment where we are hating the police or where we feel a disdain about the police force. Remember, these are the same people we run to when we are in problems. So there has to be, we have to build, it's actually incumbent upon us to build a relationship that will be for the betterment of this society.
Gabriel, you speak rather on behalf of a government.
Yes.
Many would wonder, why doesn't the government say killing innocent protesters should not happen? Why aren't the police?
They have said it more than once. They have said it more than once, including my president. You know.
But the killings keep on going, isn't it?
You know, allow me to say that something about And I know I'm not the spokesman of the police. And they have that, and I think they also speak for themselves, when need be. But one thing I can say, the government has never supported. I am yet, even you cannot show me a place where the government said this killing is right. And that's why I'm saying we need to be very careful when we are pointing at an instance. Yeah? Let us not generalize as if that is the norm. I'm here to tell you it is not the norm. All right? Killing of innocent Kenyans is not right. It has never been, it will never be. That has always been the position of my government, including my president. He's mentioned it more than
Respectfully,
once.
Gabriel, you say it is not the norm. For the 60 Kenyan parents who have lost a kid or two in the Gen Z protest from last year, they will believe as though this is a norm, isn't it?
No, we should not take
the
it
numbers
as a
are
norm.
not 1 or 2, they are 60 and above.
We should not take it as a norm. And that's why my president was very categorical when he said 1 death of a Kenyan, an innocent Kenyan, is 1 too many. Allow me to say, I am happy in a way that the police today is talking about reforms, because something needs to change. All right? Do I want to wake up one day and we go back to where we were a few years ago when we were being told about bodies showing up at Riviera? Is that where we're Shakahola? Do we want to go there where everything is brushed or hidden under a fluffy rag of Kaburi la Sahau? No. We want to be in a place where everybody is accountable and answerable to an authority. Because when I tell you that we should pass the test of constitutionalism, it is not just me and you, it is every Kenyan, including those that are maintaining law and order.
Fair enough, Gabriel. And do you find difficulty in speaking for a government, for instance, whose chief economic advisor tweets, and I quote, "Wewe tokea, say your goodbyes before you leave home, just in case you catch a stray." This is the president's lead advisor.
No, I saw somebody was forwarding me something, but I have not, to be honest, I've not contextualized it because I know it was a banter between two people. I've not contextualized what they were saying. But if we are to be brutally honest as a society, we must be prepared to open the pages that are dark, the pages where all of us must improve, and the pages where we will all be assured that once you leave home to go somewhere or to carry your business, that when you open your shop, you will not be attacked. When you go to do maandamano within the confines of the law, you will go back home okay. When somebody is driving their car, that their windshield will not be hit by a stone, that their car will not be burned, all right? It's an ecosystem that all of us must ensure that it works fine. And that's why I told you, we must pass those tests of constitutionalism, essence, and character. Not as an institution or as one individual, as a country called Kenya.
Fair enough. And finally, and in 30 seconds,
please.
The 25th of June marks the first anniversary of the Gen Z revolt. What surety is the government who you speak on his behalf is giving protesters that they will be protected within the fines of the law?
Well, I think they've given that assurance already, if I'm not wrong. And I would wait to hear. And that's a good question you need to pose to the spokesman of the police or the IG of police. If you're asking me what I would see or what I would want, and for the government that I speak on, is that every person who is following the law must be protected. But at the same time, let us all remember that me and you, at the same time, we are not above the law. So we need to stick to the confines of the law.
Fair enough. Gabriel Muthuma is the Deputy Government Spokesperson. Thank you very much for making time for us tonight for this very important chat on extrajudicial killing and the planned peaceful protests. Time for us to get to the world of business now.